Hi everyone, we are here today to take a look at a set that the Lakers have been running. They ran it, I believe, for the first time this season, 5 times against Miami. In their win yesterday, it was very instrumental in that win and gave them a nice 10 points in only 5 possessions. We've got our diagram here on the left, and you'll see the point guard, number one, has the ball at the top of the key. The circle around them means they have the ball. We've got two shooters in the corners, and we have got two bigs at the elbows. This alignment here is called horns, and you'll see the Lakers literally call this out with the hand signals. Keep an eye out for that in games moving forward. A big piece of this that helps make the play effective is the screening angle. If there's a defender on Russell Westbrook and they're seeing a screen that is perpendicular with the sideline, that makes it really easy for the defender to go underneath and prevent Russ from being able to turn the corner, especially with the defender of this screener probably in a drop coverage. With this diagonal screening angle, as we see DeAndre Jordan here, look at him. He's kind of at the back hip of the on-ball defender. He's not coming at this left to right. If you were in that angle, it's easy to go under because of the angle. The defender can't go under, and that's really going to open stuff up. So what we're getting that diagonal screen. Russell Westbrook, it's hard to draw on this thing, is going to go downhill. Excuse my drawing. And from the other player, it really depends who's who. If this is a shooter, they're going to pop. If this is not a shooter, they're going to roll. And then this player will pop. When it's mellow, they're going to pop. And then this guy will go to the rim. And that's really all it is. There's not a whole lot happening here. But the big piece of this is if you get the on ball to defender behind the play, it really opens everything up because we'll say this is a pick and pop and this is a roll. The help in this situation, we'll say our defenders are here, 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 here. In this situation, this guy needs to try to contain here. And by doing so, in five cutting, four is going to be open on this pop. So that's going to be wide open unless this player hangs out here, in which case we've got five and three being defended by one defender. If the ball isn't stopped and this defender stays with the pop, we again have these two defenders that need to figure out who they're going to defend between Russ driving, a corner shooter, and a player rolling. And it's basically the same thing if we were to reverse this and we have a screen and roll and then this guy just pop out. Why this pop out is a little bit better than him just starting out here is because his defender is going to start here by default instead of up here. And that's an extra 2 steps where instead of if he's here, we need him to go this way to create the opening. All we need from this defender with the current setup is for him to not move, for him to have any indecision, and that's going to open up the pop. So that's really what we're looking at. Now let's play the clip. And I have these looped together one after another on that play. Defense doesn't step up. Russ has a jumper. On this play, we see AD rolling. We see Melo picking and popping, and he's just open. There's no next defender. That corner defender's not going to be able to get over in time. On this one, AD's rolling, and with AD rolling, Melo just pops. His defender stays with him and is out of the play. And because this defender's going over the screen, we have Dwayne Dedmon in a position where he either needs to stop the ball or stop the roll. And he's stopping the ball, which puts Duncan Robinson in a position where he needs to stop the roll or stay with his corner shooter. So it's really a no-win situation because this defender's doing what he's doing. We're now reading Duncan Robinson, and him not fully committing means that AD's going to get that lob. And the fact that AD's a lob threat the way he is means that even though Robinson's in a decent position, if you throw this ball up, because he's not fully in front of AD, that's going to be a lob. Mixing up my plays here. So in this one, he only gets to the lane line. That's not far enough. On this one, he gets all the way to the middle of the paint, and that opens up the kick out three. And then on this play, we see the defender not even get screened. Lowry gives up position, anticipating a screen, and is in position to go around the screen before the screen even happens. We see AD roll, Melo pop, and this is what I was talking about earlier. Melo, if he were starting out here, his man would be in position even if they're ball watching. Because he starts at the elbow and then pops out, his man taking any try to, if he tries to help at all in AD, he's going to be out of position. And this is a situation where really that key is if Russ's man goes over the screen, he now has just a playmaking read. There will be a correct option. And we're looking at Russell Westbrook, who in our B-ball index playmaking talent metric, which looks at the volume of opportunities he creates for teammates, regardless of if they go in or not, the quality of those looks, the versatility of those looks in terms of how well he's seeing the floor and the different passes he makes, and then also the scoring gravity of him as an offensive player is a little bit of this, and the efficiency. And it's not just, hey, he has a lot of turnovers. It's looking specifically at his passing turnovers and saying, all right, given how many passing turnovers he has, is that normal? Is it too much? Or is it, really efficient given how much he's trying to play make? You're not going to have passing turnovers if you're not a playmaker. If you're somebody who's aggressive, trying to create for others, you will naturally have those, and this metric accounts for that. And all of those together give us this overall talent grade, and Russ is ninth in the whole league right now in this metric. So he is someone we want in these positions making these decisions. Now, what you could try to do if you are the defense is we did see the defender of the screener really try to step up and contain. Um, if we were to see just drop coverage here, this defender really just drop down and focus on defending the rim and maybe be in a position to defend. We'll say this is a pick and roll. Just stay all the way back, and then this defender here, he's able to go out with the shooter. We've got people in place, and even though there's someone behind Russ, it makes it a little bit more challenging of a read. In this situation, what the Lakers can do is just call a different play. If they see Miami running this, they can then call what's called a Veer. And in this Veer setup, what you're really getting is instead of four rolling to the rim, so we're getting one, he's attacking, four's man is going to drop, one's man is going to go follow him. So we've got a 2v1 over here, but then we've got 4, 5, and 5's defender. And what he's going to do is set this screen for then the immediate pass out. And that's what we see on this play here. It's not executed all that well, but we're going to see ball screen. Deadman's trying to, or no, that's Bam. He's trying to contain. And then AD actually slips. But if AD didn't slip, he'd be screening Tyler Hero for Melo to get this pass out. Doesn't matter. Melo scores anyway. But that is, an example of what the Lakers could go to if they see that coverage being deployed against this. If there's any sort of coverage that puts anybody trying to contain the ball, they're going to have an advantage. Or if you drop like they did in this play, that's going to lead to this open shot. So lots of good options for the Lakers as long as they read it right. They've got a good playmaking player in position to do so. And, this is really good offense. The Lakers scored 10 points on 5 possessions, even with that open corner three missed. That's 2 points per possession. Over their other, what was it, 86, I believe? No, I'm sorry, 91. Over their other 91 half-court possessions this game, they scored 0.86 points per possession. So really poor efficiency when they weren't running the set. When they were running this set, they were destroying worlds. So we want to see more of it. We saw them run this. If you looked at the timestamps, you'll notice they ran this first quarter, first quarter, first quarter, first quarter, all pretty much right in a row. And then after that point, we don't see this again until fourth quarter. There were literally like 36 minutes in between this play being used. That to me is really where the opportunity lays for LA. If they run this play instead of 5 times a game, they run it 15 times a game. Do what the Suns are doing. The Suns will run their good plays 15, 20 times a game. If you're going to keep playing the same coverage, they're just going to keep beating it with the same plays. So if the Lakers can get to that point, we're going to see this offense really start to realize its potential and become extremely explosive, even with LeBron out, even potentially with AD out. The Lakers have the personnel to do what they need to do, and it'll really come down to this play calling.